Hello and welcome back to Motivation Effects, the little channel that could. My name's Dave. Today I want to bring you an oldie but a goodie from Neville Goddard. This video is entitled Live in the End. You are in Barbados and you got there first class. I love this story that Neville tells about him and his mentor Abdullah. It's pretty straightforward, so this is going to be a little quickie video. Neville's pretty young, I think it was in the 1930s, and he was studying under Abdullah. He hadn't been back to his hometown in Barbados in many years, and decided that he wanted to go to Barbados. At this particular time, the Great Depression was going on, and he had literally no money. Basically thinking, there's no way I can make it to Barbados with no money. I think it was in November. The last boat going to Barbados was in the first week of December. He knew that he had very little time to get money together if he was going to go see his family in Barbados. He tells Ab this. Abdullah, without even missing a beat, says, "You are in Barbados." Neville said that he was kind of taken aback by that statement, but he thought, okay, I'll just go on about my business, thinking that I'm in Barbados. So a couple weeks have gone by and Neville is still nowhere near having the money that it would take to get to Barbados. He goes to Abdullah and he says, "Ab, I don't know what I'm going to do. It's getting close to the point where I'm not going to be able to go home before the last boat takes off." Again, Abdullah says, "You are already in Barbados." So again, Neville's like, all right, I guess that's what I have to believe. A couple more weeks goes by. Out of nowhere, Neville gets a note from his brother. The note says, "The whole family's going to be together for Christmas. I've sent you some money to buy a ticket to come to Barbados and to buy a suit, whatever you need. Just be here so that we can all be together as a family." Now Neville's all excited. So he goes and buys the tickets, and he's told, well, you can buy a ticket, but it has to be third class. Until we get halfway, some people will get off the ship, then you can get into a first class cabin. He said, "Great, give me the ticket." So he's all excited. He goes back to Abdullah. "Ab, guess what? I got 2 tickets. I'm going to Barbados. I have to go third class for half of it, but then after that, they're going to put me in a first class cabin." Abdullah looks at him and says, "Who said anything about you going third class? You are in Barbados and you went first class." And then he goes out of the room and slams the door. That basically meant Neville was not to follow him. He was done with that conversation. It's also a metaphor for our mindset. Once we live in the end and we decide something, you close the door on any other outcome. We decide what our experience is going to be. Neville was kind of hurt by this, and he said something like, he couldn't even be happy for me that I got my tickets. Neville knows that Abdullah was just set in his ways. He wasn't going to argue with him or question him. He just wanted to get to Barbados. The day finally comes. He goes up to the ship, hands him his tickets, and is told, "Well, got a little bit of news, Mr. Goddard. There's been some cancellations and you get to go first class the whole way there." There you have it, folks. Abdullah saw in his imagination that Neville was already in Barbados and he went first class, and he did not waver or compromise on that vision. Neville did. Neville was still kind of an infant when it comes to these spiritual things, and that's why he was a student of Abdullah. I love that story. When I decide that I want to do something, I go within, I see it in my imagination, and then I go about my business. And when things look like they're just not happening, nothing's moving, I just say to myself, I'm already in Barbados and I went first class. So try that. You're going about your day and it just doesn't seem like it's working out. Tell yourself, I am already in Barbados and I went first class. So that's it. I hope this helped. I'll see you in the next video.